What's up, everybody? My name is Adam Toon. I just wanted to do a quick intro to this video and give you some background. My cousin and I were vendors at the Landrum Farmers Market 2 years ago. We sold pasture-raised chicken meat, and we did that throughout the season at the market. And since then, I've been helping the Landrum Farmers Market with some videos where we've highlighted a couple of the vendors that have been around the market for a while. Partnering up with the Landrum Farmers Market has really given me an awesome opportunity to provide a service to the local farmers and producers here at the market that are trying to bring the community healthy and fresh local produce and meats and goods and stuff like that. If you made it out to the Landrum Farmers Market 25th anniversary, I'd like to say thank you. And if not, here's a video that showed Saturday's market. We had a city councilman and the mayor of Landrum there for the ribbon cutting ceremony.
I'd like to thank the people that are standing here behind me, our vendors, because they're what makes this market what it is. They're the farmers that work hard to bring this local, fresh produce to our customers and our community, and so they are what makes this market so special, and we really appreciate them. I'd like to introduce Kristen Johnston, and she's going to introduce our speaker.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's truly a special day where we are going to celebrate all that's been accomplished in the last quarter of a century. This morning I have the absolute pleasure of introducing someone who represents all of that and more. Shannon Dawson is not only a legacy member from all the way back in 2007, but also a dedicated advocate for this market and the people it serves. Today it's fitting that Shannon is here to help us cut the ribbon as we honor our past and look ahead to a vibrant future. Please join me in welcoming my friend, Shannon Dawson.
So when they called to ask me to speak, I'm like, there's got to be somebody that's more qualified than I am. I grew up on a farm. We farmed 3,000 to 4,000 acres, but my daddy always had a 5-acre garden, and he didn't go to a formal farmer's market. But he would load up and go to all the different church parking lots on Wednesday night and give vegetables and produce away to those folks. He said to the older folks, now he was still doing this in his 80s, and he said the older folks. But I was just groomed that way. Hard work. When I came to Landrum, I knew that there was a few people selling up in the parking lot in front of the depot, but one of my very best friends, Dean McClure, who his mom and brother still sell here today, got me involved in coming to the farmers market when it was up at the depot. Wasn't very many of us. I got to know Charlie and Scotty Pace and Charles Howard and Joe and Joyce, and just good, genuine people. But it's funny, I can remember the year, and I know Buddy Williams is here and he will attest to this, the year that they came and told us that we were going to have to leave the parking lot at the depot and move the farmers market to trade. We thought that was the end of the world. Oh, it's never going to be as good. Never going to be as good on trade as it is here. We moved to trade, and lo and behold, it grew, and it grew, and it grew, and it grew. And then Joe Cunningham, again, he's the one that formalized the Landrum Farmers Market. But Joe was a visionary leader, and Joe always wanted a facility, in his mind, just a shelter to take care of his vendors and his customers. That's all. So when we did that, And Joe saw the first plans, and I believe the mayor was involved in this, but Joe saw the first plans. He said, all I wanted was just a pole barn. And so then this was born. And just to show you the growth that farmers markets had over the years. When the city originally started looking at building a facility for the farmers market, we originally were going to put it in the lot over across the way here. The biggest building we could get on that was 9,000 square feet, if I remember right. And I looked at Doug Hurlbert, who is back here in the back, and said, well, show me our spaces. How many spaces do we have? And I looked at Lisa Gunner and I said, how many vendors do we have? I said, we've already outgrown it and we haven't built it yet. So then we backed up and punted and we bought this lot in front of us. And I think at that time it went to 12,000 square feet. And it still wasn't big enough. And what I kept harping on was, we got to build for the future. We've got to build for the future. We've got to have space. So we bought a little more into this and turned the building this way. So we ended up with what we've got today, and we outgrew it the first year in operation in May of 2022. That's a good problem to have. We have become, and we are a farm-to-table community. And that's, you know, I'm just an old dumb country boy. That's what Kristen said. I will advocate for the farmers every time. If anybody has ever seen me in council meetings, I'm going for the farmer every time, because that's where it starts. And one of the things that I wanted to do real quick is I just want to quote the Farmer's Creed. For nobody that has heard that, it talks about what the farmers have to do and what they see and their vision and what they deal with every day. And I think that really speaks volumes to our vendors and farmers that work here today. I believe a man's greatest possession is his dignity, and that no calling bestows this more abundantly than farming. I believe hard work and honest sweat are the building blocks of a person's character. I believe that farmers, despite its hardships and disappointments, it's the most honest and honorable way a man can spend his days on earth. I believe my children are learning values that will last a lifetime and can be earned no other way. I believe farming provides education for life, and that no other occupation teaches so much about birth, growth, and maturity in such a variety of ways. I believe many of the best things in life are indeed free. The splendor of a sunrise, the rapture of a wide open spaces, the exhilarating sight of your land greening each spring. I believe true happiness comes in watching your crops ripen in the field, your children grow tall in the sun, and your whole family feel the pride that springs from their shared experience. I believe that by my toil, I am giving more to the world than I am taking from it. An honor that does not come to all men. I believe my life will be measured ultimately by what I have done for my fellow man, and by this standard I fear no judgment. I believe when a man grows old and sums up his days, he should be able to stand tall and feel pride in the life he's lived. I believe in farming because it makes all of this possible. So that being said, I am ecstatic about the growth and the continued success of this farmers market. I know we've got some great managers. I know the city is behind them and supporting them. And I just appreciate all of the current vendors, all of the legacy vendors, the vendors that have come before us that aren't here to be able to join us today. It's all them that brought us to this point. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you.
Well, after Joanne and Christian and Shannon, I don't believe I could say anything that add to what already been said. But I did have a few notes, and today I just want to say is a special day because today we celebrate 25 years for the Landrum Farmers Market. As Shannon said earlier, it began down by the depot and then expanded up Trade Avenue. And then one day the city was talking to Joe, who was managing the market, and we said, Joe, what do you need? And he said, we need a bigger building, we need more space. And so like Shannon said, that led to the building of this building. And not only can you extend your selling season, but you're in from the weather and you don't have to worry about rain or whatever conditions are out here. So it's a beautiful building. We're proud of it. We're proud that the vendors use it and sell your produce. That's what it's all about. As we begin this season, we want to thank all those who worked so hard to make this successful. Lisa, Joanna, Christian, Tricia, and all the volunteers. We also want to thank the City of Landrum for supporting the market, and of course, we want to thank all the vendors who bring their products and produce here. We're looking forward to another great year. Let's get this done.
Thank you for watching the video, and if you're a fan of the Landrum Farmers Market, make sure you like and share this video so it gets the recognition that it really deserves. It's such a great market. The staff and the volunteers are top-notch, and I think that the vendors are the best in class. Everybody comes with awesome products. All of the meats, all of the produce, everything is superb. So come on by and check it out on Saturday mornings, and we'll see you on the next one.